We're live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our live Facebook with Allyson Schloming. Did I say that right?
Yes, she did.
All right, good. She's a senior placement agent, and it's something that I think I wish I'd known about when my father-in-law needed help finding assisted living, because the four of us girls were, oh my God, visiting places and trying to coordinate to find the right place for Dad to go, and my father-in-law. And it was crazy, crazy times. And I wish we knew about senior placement agents. So that's one of the reasons why we're having Allyson on with us. So welcome, Allyson.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Laurel. I'm just listening to you talk about how you said you wished you had a placement agent when your family was looking. It happens all the time. I hear that so much from people because it's an industry that I work in that not a lot of people are aware of, that we're actually available. And so what I like to do, like what we're doing today, is to let people know that there are people like myself that really care about seniors. For them, you have to have a passion for working with seniors, and you want to be able to help people. And you're almost kind of like a therapist too, because you the whole idea is to get the whole family on board. Like you mentioned, you had four siblings, and everybody's at a different place about what to do with mom or dad, and everybody has an opinion. And it works really well when I can come in and sit down with the family and sit down with their loved ones. And what I do, I get to know the family, I get to know their loved ones, and find out exactly what they're looking for in a community. And it's and they're really like a deer in headlights, because all that they know is that mom fell and she cannot live at home safely anymore.
Right.
And that's when they come looking for me.
And you guys know about all the different kinds of facilities there are, right?
Exactly.
Because there's places that are in like more of a private home setting. And then there's places with lots of activities, and there's places where the food is good, better than other places. You guys know all of the places where you can. Yeah, I mean, I know we went to a place for mom, the internet website, and got this list, and oh my God, it was just crazy.
Yeah, that's all that they do, is just send out a list. So I go out and I tour anytime there's a brand new community or a brand new boarding care. I make sure that I go tour there first, understand, oh, do you have awake staff? Because some people need to have somebody awake at night. Do you allow pets? What is your food available all day long? Some places you can only eat from 8 to 9, but maybe somebody doesn't get up until 10 o'clock, to have their breakfast. So it narrows down their choices, because like you said, you got a list from Place for Mom. Well, hearing what they need and what they're looking for, whether it's independent living, assisted living, or memory care, I'll be able to narrow down those choices of places we can go and visit. And I'm with you every step of the way. I also check the Department of Social Services website, looking for citations, because that is so important to know, that if you're going to place your loved one in a community or a boarding care, to know that they has good quality of care. And you'd be amazed how many places do not have citations. And that's the scary part. So when I place somebody, my families can feel very confident that their loved ones are going to be taken care of. And
you know what everything costs, right? And what the benefits are, right? So you can help people weigh, like, do they need a kitchen? If there's are they going to cook for themselves? Or, so do you need to pay for a place where you're getting a 1-bedroom apartment? Or,
right.
I mean, that was for us, and you guys know what the deal should be, right?
Yeah, and the nice thing with what I can do is I can help negotiate on behalf of the family when it comes to like their monthly rent or the levels of care. And they also have what they call a community fee, which is a one-time non-refundable fee when you are placed, and I can help negotiate those costs on behalf of the family. And the best part about working with a placement agent is that I'm at no cost to the families. I get paid by the communities once the resident is placed. And so I don't get paid until their loved one is in a community or boarding care. And the whole idea is for them to stay there. The worst part is to keep moving somebody from place to place, because it does happen where you get in there and you're like, oh, this isn't going to work for me. And that is the last thing you want to do. So it's my job to make sure that we have completely thought through everything that they're looking for, and that the community can offer the level of care that they need.
And it's crazy expensive to do this. So if you don't have somebody who knows the ins and outs for negotiating, or you don't feel comfortable negotiating because, like, oh my God, maybe they won't take good care of Dad, or whatever, or you don't know what the levels of care are, and then once you're in there, you realize that they need a higher level of care, but you would have known that, right? So you would know to ask the right questions, and you help with the paperwork too, right? There's some doctor form you need to get into some of these places. And
yes, there is, and that's where I can help guide the family, because they don't know. I had a situation where a family moved here and they didn't have a doctor, and you have to be able to get a physician statement to actually be placed in a licensed community. And I was able to locate a concierge doctor for the family so that we can get that paperwork in place so they could be placed. So yes,
right.
I have resources available to the families as well. For instance, maybe someone is going on hospice, or somebody needs home health, or somebody needs in-home care. Maybe they're not ready to be placed yet. So what I do is when I work with the families, I assess what it is, maybe they're not ready to be placed. So I have an in-home care person for you. So that's the beauty of being in the senior industry, is all these wonderful people like yourself, Laurel, that, I can go to and say, hey, they need help here, and we can collaborate together.
Yeah. And that's why we really try to work with senior placement agencies when we can, because, if somebody's selling their house to me, they need that money to last for as long as possible and to be in the right place. Right. Yeah. And so that their money will last them long enough. Right.
Yes, exactly.
And you guys do more than just place people into stuff, but if they need a nurse, maybe they can stay home for a while and they need in-home care with just like housekeeping and food and stuff like that, or they need a nurse to come by twice a week, or whatever they need. You have the resources to help them with that. Exactly. And you do that at no cost to the family.
Right.
Now, what kind of training, or how did you become a placement agent? Is there, how do we know you know what you're doing?
Well, I was certified. I am on the board of the National Placement Referral Alliance organization. Mm-hmm. And we are a group of placement agents that adhere to ethics and best practices. And we also were constantly learning from each other as well, because we care about making sure we're doing our jobs correctly. And being certified means that I took a test, but it was very subjective. It wasn't... It was like situational questions. How would I handle this situation? And because there's a lot of judgment calls you make as a certified placement agent working with families. And so I got into this because I love working with seniors. I want to help people. And as well as I had personal experience placing my own mother in a community. And also my father has vascular dementia. But he's at home, but I learned a lot from those experiences for myself. And then now I'm doing this for my business. And it's so rewarding because I feel like I can bring my experiences to the families to help them through the same thing that I've gone through.
Absolutely. Now, before we lose our 10 minutes and some people are going to be leaving us, tell us how we contact you. How do they reach you?
They can reach me. The best way to reach me is just to call me or text me on my cell phone. I respond quickly. because that's, it's important to know people to know that. They can reach me at 925-321-2223.
Okay.
And my company name, my agency name, I should say, is Allyson Senior Solutions.
Okay. And do you have a website?
It's AllysonSeniorSolutions.com.
And that's Allyson with 2 L's.
Yeah, 2 L's and a Y.
Okay, good. All right. So, really, we're part of the National Placement Agency. We're one of your fans of that group. And we really, really appreciate you for coming. Come on in. If anybody has any questions or comments, please let us know. You can comment in the comments area right now. I'm checking it to see if there's anything yet. But this, for this is quite specific. And other folks who want to work with someone like you, again, give them the phone number again.
It's 925-321-2223. And I'm available every day of the week. You can call me.
And I know that about, especially people in your industry, 100% available even on the weekends.
Yep, absolutely. And it doesn't bother me a bit. I am there to help. That's what I'm here for.
Well, thanks for joining us on the Laurel Buys Houses Facebook Live. We'll hopefully get another really great person. Thank you for tuning in. And you can share or like it as well. We really appreciate that. You can catch us on all our social media, LinkedIn and Facebook. And again, thank you for joining us. Allyson, thank you for sharing your knowledge and passion with us. We really appreciate it.
I do too. All right. You have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.